guys, welcome to my channel. In case you haven't guessed, my name is Susan. I have been living a ketogenic lifestyle since September of 2022. In doing so, I have already reversed type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, reduced a lot of inflammation, and have shed 95 pounds to date. I began with just doing some low carb before finding Beat Diabetes channel. After finding his channel, I transitioned into keto until January. In January, I began to learn about carnivore, the triple B and E, and the lion diet. I was so excited, having already reversed my diabetes. I was eager to move forward in my journey to see what other improvements I could make. And thus my carnivore life began. I dropped the vegetables and substitute recipes such as truffles and almond flour biscuits in exchange for some steak, ground beef, eggs, and bacon. I still enjoy cheese from time to time, although depending on who you ask, cheese is technically carnivore and I'm in that camp. But unfortunately, I am one of the many that cheese bloats, so I do not indulge too often. Transitioning from keto to carnivore was not hard at all, though. I always said when I was a teenager that I could live off of cheeseburgers. Now, when I said that, I fully had in mind having the bun, the fries, and the soda that comes with it. But it's kind of funny to see me now literally living off of hamburgers, except no buns, fries, and soda, of course. But I figured I would struggle without the substitute recipes, but I really didn't, which I was really amazed about. I think that is because I didn't just jump straight from the standard American diet, or as we call it, SAD diet, way of living, to carnivore. But the transition from SAD to keto to carnivore made it so much easier, in my opinion. I can't say exactly how long, but I can't imagine it took more than just a couple of weeks. And any said cravings for the substitute recipes I had been enjoying, they were gone. Okay, so that was incredible. However, there was a problem, a huge problem. Once I transitioned to carnivore, I began having gallbladder attacks every month. I had listened to Dr. Berry say, hey, if you don't have gallstones, you do not need to have your gallbladder removed. Just give it some time and it should heal. So January passed, February passed, March passed, April passed, May came, and after having a gallbladder attack for every month passed, I went to the walk-in clinic. I just needed some reassurance that everything was fine. My ultrasound from last September showed that I had no gallstones. That didn't mean I didn't have any now. Unfortunately, the doctor I saw at the walk-in clinic insisted I was constipated, and that was my issue, and recommended me to a GI doctor. I couldn't get her to understand that there was literally no way it was constipation, since I had the opposite issue. Okay, oh yes, my transition to carnivore, by the way, was good in all areas, except I was in the bathroom a lot, and for quite a long time. It took a few months for my body to adjust. But anyhow, my insurance had changed, so I was having to establish care with a new doctor, and my appointment was coming up in July. So I thought, well, I'll just keep plugging along because it's not constipation, that's for sure. Anyways, suffering through the monthly gallbladder attacks, in June, I did notice, though, that my gallbladder attacks was always happening on or around my cycle. But, at that time, I let that thought pass. I was like, oh, that's just coincidental, But I saw my doctor in July, and at this point, I had been eating carnivore since January. My last A1C in December was 4.9, okay? But because I was establishing care with him, he also ran a panel of blood work on me, which I was glad for because I was going to ask him to do anyway, since it's been about a year since that original blood work came in and I was diagnosed with diabetes. My new A1C, and it is my latest A1C today as well, is now 4.5 with an average blood glucose of 82. Man, I am floored in such a good way. That's such a good A1C and good average blood glucose. I just couldn't believe it. But I am just so amazed at the results I've gotten so far this past year. When I told my doctor that my original A1C was 12.6 and that I had got it down to 4.9 by December, he questioned if I was even really diabetic, But then he asked me, he was like, well, what are you eating? And I was so thrilled that he thought to ask that, because most doctors that I know of would not have asked you that, but he did. He asked me what I ate to get my A1C down like that. And I told him, I said, I ate carnivore. And I know that's a shh, don't use that word around doctors, but I did. And he said, so a protein-based diet. I said, yes. And he nodded his head and said, okay. He didn't encourage it. He didn't have a negative response to it either. So I was happy with that, So anyways, he did suggest, as far as my gallbladder goes, that I hold off on its removal, since I do not have stones, and that he has seen where it could take upward of 2 years for a gallbladder to heal. However, the very next month in August, I had such a bad gallbladder attack, I went to the ER. Because remember that walk-in clinic, they didn't confirm or deny anything. They just thought it was constipation. So I still wasn't sure if I had a gallstone or not. So I went on to the ER this time. And they did another ultrasound and then a CAT scan on me. The results revealed no stones, but a little sludge. And when my doctor was alerted that I had went to the ER and he viewed the results, he did schedule me for a HIDA scan. And the HIDA scan is where they test your gallbladder function overall. And he warned me that, if it was in the 20s percentage-wise, he was going to recommend its removal. And my results showed a 28% function rate. So he did recommend the removal. But, I'm a glutton for punishment and I am stubborn. And I said, well, let's just hold off on that removal. I was wanting it to heal so bad. But sure enough, the very next month, I had another gallbladder attack. And this attack lasted 13 hours. And then after that attack was done, I was out of pain for about 3 hours. And then I had another one. So at that point, I was done. I got a hold of my doctor and I said, I'm done being stubborn. I'm ready to get this sucker removed. And sure enough, he recommended me and sent me to the surgeon. And on October 17th of this year, I had my gallbladder removed. And I'm going to be quite frank with you, I have zero regrets. I wanted it to heal. I did, but I did not want to continue having those gallbladder attacks. My body was physically worn out from all the pain. And I haven't had any issues since having it removed. There's been a couple of days where I think I got just too much fat in my meal and I had some issues, but otherwise, I've not experienced any negative side effects so far from having my gallbladder removed. And the best thing, no pain. And so I'm so thrilled about that. All right. So I think I've now actually got you guys caught up on where I'm at in my journey so far. So I haven't talked to you about my cholesterol yet, though, and that'll be in my next video. I'm going to show you my original lab work from when I first went to that doctor in August of 2022. And then I'm going to show you my cholesterol results in July when my new doctor ran the panel. And we can see what my cholesterol has done in this past year. So don't be shy. Please leave a comment, or if you have any questions in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, and perhaps even that bell icon too. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Hey guys, do me a favor. Click that subscribe button, the like button, and hit that bell. That way you can be notified every time I upload a video.